In today's current climate, there are massive incentives for developers and architects to start creating more sustainable buildings. Whether it's rapidly changing legislative requirements, the ongoing energy crisis, or increased demand from occupants and investors building better in 2023, it's a no-brainer. The problem is, if you're new to sustainable building design, it can be quite a tricky area to get your head around, even on the most basic level of meeting building regulations and whatever targets the government have set. Most of our clients come to us to get that expert guidance and reassurance that they're making the most effective choices with their budget. A couple of years ago, we started asking ourselves how we could help those clients who wanted to go beyond building regs. What if you had ambitions for a truly sustainable build that exceeded the status quo? This is where the landscape becomes even more complicated. There's so many frameworks and conflicting priorities: BREEAM, Passive House, the Living Building Challenge, RIBA 2030. The list goes on and on. It's hard to work out which one is right for your build and budget. And even if you manage to pick up the right framework, it's still just a framework. If you're going to follow it and adapt it to the needs of your project, you're going to need a team of experts that can help you along the way. We came up with MeshZero as a way to blend ambitious targets with expert solutions. The team of consultants we have at Mesh have put in a tremendous amount of work combining the world's most ambitious frameworks for sustainable building design and packaging them into a holistic consultancy route. MeshZero basically aims to beat the targets set out in the RIBA 2030 Climate Challenge. It focuses on 4 key pillars of sustainable building design: net zero embodied carbon, net zero operational energy, health and well-being, and water usage. It's basically about reducing the impact of the build as much as possible and making sure occupancy demands, so electricity, water, heating, are also as small as possible. The health and well-being angle is also key here. We want our buildings to have a positive impact on the health of occupants. So room temperature, air quality, and chemical exposure are all things that we look at. No, that's right. What we're delivering is the expertise to turn theory into reality, and just like all our services, MeshZero is tailored to the individual building project to make it as personalised as possible. Number 1, MeshZero is at the frontier of better buildings. This really is the gold standard for innovative building design. Our targets are a cut above RIBA 2030 and far outreach government goals. A project using MeshZero will be the pinnacle other projects will strive towards. Number 2, we balance ambition with good sense. We set ambitious targets, but we try to keep our feet on the ground. We have decades of experience in the industry, and we know how to build the best solutions out there without breaking the bank. If you're not convinced, we can show you the true cost of our recommendations through comparisons against traditional building methods or systems. Number 3, we balance data with a human approach. Our team are data-driven. We build models and use existing data sets to predict heating demands or thermal efficiency, but we're consultants first and foremost. We have experienced brains interpreting those facts and taking into account the client's aims and objectives. And we're there every step of the way if you want us from early stage concept design through to construction. Just get in touch. We're always keen to have a chat to find out more about your project.